this right here is, I think, perfect.
There's always a forest at the edge of your garden. It's always forbidden and always you bargain to venture inside it. Just don't leave the pathway. Trees will go higher and you won't recall your name.
I was much smaller when I was young, and I had 8 legs and clever claws and teeth, and I gave up all of those things for the chance at being big. But I didn't lose the fear that comes from being very small. I was born in a library, and libraries are safe places, and quiet and beautiful. But even in the safest places, an albino spider is easy lunch. I hid often in the valleys of books, and I learned from my hiding places that I had an ancestor who was once as big as people. People are never eaten. Their homes aren't torn apart by enormous, oblivious faces who have the nerve to thrash and cry. I promise that I have never wanted to frighten you. I read that I had an ancestor who was as big as people, and I did not read her history very carefully. Arachne had made a bet with a god, or had shamed a god, or lost a contest, or won. Either way, I knew a contest was involved, and I knew the god's name. It's easy to find contact information in libraries. I reached out to Athena, and I explained that I wanted a chance to regain what my ancestor had lost. She laughed at me. "Why would I enter a contest with you? You have nothing that I want." I had fury. I was small, and because I was small, I was always afraid. I had been nearly swatted just for using the computer to find her. I escaped the jaws of a cat only days before our meeting. I could not count the number of times my home was displaced, and after, my name cursed as though I wanted my work broken against your skin. It does upset me, by the way, when my work is displaced. And not for the work I must put in rebuilding, but for the assumption that I was deliberately cruel. Athena tried to speak over me. She had fury too, the fury of a god no longer worshipped. But I had something more, and I would not relent. I have forgiveness, Athena. It's locked deep inside my heart. But if you contest with me, you might just win my forgiveness. Gods are rarely given forgiveness, and she wanted it very deeply. She agreed to my terms. So I was born in a library, and cleverness is born there too. I knew that this egotistical god would not accept defeat from a spider. If I could create something more beautiful than this goddess of crafting beauty, she would find some way to make it my defeat. So I bet Athena that not even a god could be a worse weaver than a scared albino spider tucked into the corner of a library. She accepted, and we began to craft. I'm distracted. I'm fidgety. I lose focus as quick as a cell phone ping, and I pick up all my stitches on the wrong side of the fabric. I never test swatches, I never set my colors, and by the time I was finished, the fabric wouldn't be fit to ride underneath a donkey's saddle. And Athena, in all her glory, she dropped her stitches so precisely that it made lace, and her colors mixed so casually that she finished with a lace shawl that sang like an autumn day. I won. Hooray for me! I won the form stolen from my ancestor, and I am so deeply sorry that I did not read more carefully. My limbs were stolen, and my venom gone, and my teeth blunted. She cracked my armor open and gave me the shape of persons, and this flesh is so easily bruised. I missed the smallness I had, and I kept all of the fear. It's no good thing to be clever. The gods live for so long, and they know so much more than you will ever think to ask. And even the cleverest spiders, when they win against the gods, they lose.
Find where you faltered as rescue or ransom, depends how we're altered. I might once have loved you or thought you an insect. I've lived here for so long I don't know the difference.
Hooray for me!